Hello friends, in this video we will be talking about some of the basic concepts of C++. This is the outline. Today we will be talking on what is the structure of C++ program. Then during the execution of C++ program, what can be the return type of main and why. Then insertion and extraction operator we will be talking on. Then cascading of IO operators and different type of comments which can be used in C++ program. So first of all we will be starting with the structure of C++ program. Fundamentally, structure of C++ program is being divided into 4 different parts. First of all, header files. We all know that iostream.h, conio.h, math.h. These are different header files which can be added to our C++ program. But the fundamental and very important header file which is to be added in C++ program is iostream.h, which is input output stream.h. Then next comes class declaration, then member function definition and main function. So these are 4 different portions of structure of C++ program. So first of all, in the example we can see here iostream.h and conio.h, these 2 header files have been added. So this particular part is known as header file section. Then comes class definition. So here we can able to see there is a class named as test containing one data member integer a, and this is my member function. This is another member function. The difference is this member function is defined over here and this member function is just declared within the class. Definition of this member function is not given yet. Now third comes member function definition. So here we have 2 member functions. One is get data. So the definition of get data is here, through which we will be getting the value of a, and we have declared another member function within the class put data, but the definition of put data is not given within the class. So how we can able to give that outside the class? So we can see this. We have written the return type void, then put data. This put data function belongs to test class, so that in place of writing only put data we will be writing test. Scope resolution operator is being used and put data function is being returned, and then the definition of that particular function is being given. So this is how member function definitions can be given. It can be either within the class or it can be outside the class. And at last there is a main function. So by default the return type of main function is integer. By default the return type of main function is integer. If we don't write anything, then by default it considered that integer is the return type of the main. Now we might have question in our mind that why integer is the return type. So when we write return 0, so the meaning of return 0 is that whenever it returns 0, the meaning is program gets executed successfully without any error. So main function contains return type integer. The meaning here is whenever any program gets executed, it either executed successfully or it generates some sort of error. If it generates some sort of error, then it returns the error code. But if your program gets executed successfully without generating any error, then at last we are returning 0. Means that this program gets executed without any error. So more or less in all the programming concepts, return type of the main function is by default integer. Now next comes insertion and extraction operator. Now this is very important operator for taking input and output. So first of all we talk on extraction operator. This is extraction operator. We have written or we have used this operator. We have used the sign greater than sign 2 times. This becomes your extraction operator, and this extraction operator is being used along with cin object. So what is the use of it? It is there to take the value from user. So for example, we have declared one variable integer a, so cin is the object and this is our extraction operator and the variable name. This statement tells us that user has to enter the value of a. So in short, this extraction operator is used to take the value of particular variable from the user. Now next comes insertion operator. So insertion operator contains the less than sign. We will be writing less than signs 2 times. It is insertion operator and it can be used with the object cout. What is the use? It is same as your printf in C programming. It is used to print the value on the console. Console means the output screen, or we can say it is on monitor. Now the example is we have declared one variable integer a, the value of that is 10, and we will be using cout along with insertion operator and the variable name. So here when we write a variable name, it will print the value of that particular variable on the screen, means that it will print 10 on the screen. Now suppose we want to print some string as it is on the screen, what we can do? So here the next line is about that. So we have written cout and we have written into double inverted comma, this is insertion operator. So the same string will be printed on the screen without any modification. So this is insertion and extraction operator. Now we might have doubt in our mind that why insertion and extraction name is being given to this operator. So this is what the structure of your program. Basically this is your program. Now your program gets input and it generates some output. So we know that input is being taken from input device and the standard input device is keyboard. Then there is an input stream, or we can say input buffer. Whatever the value entered by keyboard or standard input device will be stored into input stream, and from input stream that data will be extracted by program. Now whatever the output data is to be printed on the screen, so program generates that data and that data will be given to output stream, and from output stream it will be given to the output device, means monitor. Now let's see that first of all we have here integer cnt we have declared and we have written cin and cnt. Ultimately we are taking the value of cnt. So when this line executes, from input device user will input the value of cnt and that value will be stored in this particular buffer or the stream, and then using the extraction operator, this extraction operator will be used to extract the value of cnt which is there in the buffer and it will be given to the program. So program extracts the value of cnt from the buffer. After that, when cout cnt is going to be executed, the program inserts the value of cnt using this operator, using insertion operator, and it will insert the value to buffer, and the buffer's value will be sent to output device for display. So that we can say this particular operator is used to extract value from buffer. So from buffer to program, it means it extracts. That's why cin is known as extraction operator, and here this particular statement wants to show the output on the screen, so that program inserts value into buffer and from buffer it will be displayed on the monitor. So it inserts, so that it is known as insertion operator. Now cascading of IO operators. Cascading means joining the same type of operator. Here we can see the example. It is very simple, that integer AB. Now if you want to take the value of A and B, we can take it separately like this, cin A, cin B. Now the same statement can be written like this, cin A and B. We are using extraction operator twice in a single statement. So in a single statement we are asking user to enter two values A and B, so that writing single statement in place of two statement, it is known as cascading. Here in the second example, integer cnt equals to 100. Now cout answer of cnt is, this statement is to be printed as it is, and then after we are supposed to print the value of cnt on the screen. So since both are insertion operator, we are clubbing those things we are writing like cout insertion operator, answer of CNT is, and again we will be using insertion operator and we are writing CNT. So first of all, answer of CNT is will be printed, and then the value of CNT, which is 100, is printed on the screen. So this is what the cascading of IO operators. Now the last part of this video, it is comment. Now what is the fundamental idea of comment? So generally, whenever we are writing a program, we used to provide a documentation related to that program so that other programmers can able to understand the logic of the program, why this particular code is being written. But at the same time, we need to take care that documentation part must not be the part of the program. During the compilation or execution, that documentation part must be skipped. So comment is being used here. So the fundamental idea and the use of the comment is to keep the documentation separate from the code. So how comments can be used? So basically in C++, this single line comment is being added. Single line comment can be used by the slash. We can able to write / 2 times. So the meaning is comment. This is single line comment, that here you can see in the program that if this statement integer L and B is being written, and I need to write this documentation that variable L and B is declared. Now only this line is to be commented, so I have used single line comment. But in some of the cases it may possible that you need to comment more than one line. So the multi-line comment which is there in C, which we can use in C++ also, the syntax is /*, then you need to write the statement which is to be put inside the comment, and at last you need to close it by star and slash. So all the statement between these two is considered as commented part, which is not being considered for compilation as well as execution. So this is how we can able to use two different type of comments. One is single line comment, another one is multi-line comment in C++. So these are some basic concepts of C++ programming. I think you have enjoyed the video. Thank you.